Hello, everyone. My name is Jody Gholson. I'm here to talk to you about leadership today. But first, let me just say that I am not a, video savvy kind of fella. Um, so, as creative as I had ideas about in my head, I just could not make anything happen with my limited skills and access to friends at this point during the pandemic. But let's get into it. Um, I'm looking back over my life and experiences. I'm kind of a typical firstborn. I'm the firstborn of three. Um, I was kind of born to lead. Um, at least, that's the way some people might see it. Um, I don't believe wholly in trait-based leadership ideals, um, but they do play a part in some things. Traits, your personal traits. But I wasn't. It wasn't until I was 33 years old and I got my first management job where I managed people. Um, I was a stockroom manager for Target. I had, I think, 8 people underneath me at the time, and there's I used uh, this, looking now through the lens of this class. Um, I guess my style at that point was more of a kind of a charismatic winging it kind of thing. Um, but um, but I guess mainly, I'd handle situations as they came. So I was a situational leader in those days, um, just kind of going with the flow and adapting to whatever came. I wasn't very knowledgeable about the position, but I was eager to learn, and I was happy to get my elbows deep into the muck of getting the work done. Um, and some of those kind of qualities you find in some pretty prominent leaders. Not that I am a prominent leader, but like General Colin Powell was a kind of a situational leader, and um, directing people and giving support, delegating tasks to achieve goals. That's kind of what I was doing, but not quite to the success of a general. But that was what I did. Um, and then as time went on, I kind of moved from one thing to the other. I transitioned a bit in my work into restaurant work, where I've been now for about 25 years. Um, my restaurant work experience was started off pretty small as an assistant kitchen manager. Was my first management experience in the kitchen in a restaurant, um, and I was basically support again for the kitchen manager, um, running shifts, working shifts, that sort of thing. Um, but then I just began to build and build, and I became the front of the house manager from there, managing all the wait staff and just general front of the house business. And from there, I moved on to general manager, where it was all into my control. A good bit, was in my control. I made schedules for everybody. I planned help the kitchen manager plan menus, rewrite menus. I did. I made some moves with some people. As I said before, I had a kind of a charismatic attitude, demeanor about me, I guess, or whatever you would say. And I was at that point, I kind of moved in from the situational leader to a charismatic leader, um, just because I just used what I had, the tools I had, my personality. I was fairly good at persuading people to follow my lead, doing things the way I wanted them to do it, and the restaurant was a passion of mine. Murphy's Tavern in Charlotte, North Carolina, was my heart, and so I took that kind of role, and I had a lot of ideas about how to make the place better, uh, and what it would take to do that. Um, Martin Luther King Jr. was a charismatic leader. That makes me feel good to say those things to link my name with his, but I'm no Martin Luther King Jr. for sure. But those same kind of ideals, where I had strong conviction, he had strong conviction, he had innovative ideas. I came up with some doozies at the restaurant to get build business, and um, as a Steelers fan, as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I even had the Cleveland Browns fan club, come to my bar every weekend for like 5 years to watch the Browns games, while my Steelers were on the little screen, the Browns were on the big screen. Um, but it was fun. I had a good time, and I think they enjoyed it. Um, that's kind of the way I led at that time. Just enjoying people and what I did, and getting the job done the best I could. Today, I'm still a general manager, except now I'm at a Taco Bell here in Muskegon, Michigan. Um, uh, as I grow in my age and my relationship with Christ, things have shifted. My responsibilities have shifted a little. I have a wife and children, um, and I have that same amount of passion for my work and for what I do, except it's kind of shifted in that, um, you know, I want to serve. I want the people who work with me to be something more than just taco makers. Um, I think I tell everyone this. I tell people this when they come to work for me, that I can teach anyone how to make a taco. But um, what I want to do is teach you how to be a good man or a good woman, who a person of character. Those are the things that if you leave Taco Bell with, I'll feel so much better about what was accomplished there, because I know that you are better than just a taco maker. You've become uh, someone who is valuable everywhere they go. A person of good character is valuable in any work setting, and that's what I hope to accomplish in my time at Taco Bell. Managing people is to help uh, raise the bar for them, to change their minds, change the way they think about things and do things. Um, Gandhi once said, "A man is but his thoughts, but what he thinks he becomes." And so I want people to think well of themselves. I want to help them achieve great things for themselves, not just making tacos, but making lives better. It's kind of a Taco Bell mantra, but I see it in a different way. Um, as a follower of Christ, uh, ultimately his leadership style, his servant leadership, um, is is the best brand there is. Um, he went from 12 followers to now today estimates that there are 3+ billion Christians worldwide. Um, I think that's a leadership style to reach for, to aspire to, um, as well as we know that it's what he calls us to do as believers, and that's what a good Christian leader is. Someone who wants to raise the bar and raise the level of the people around him, and teach them what was taught to him through discipleship. Well, that's my talk, and I'm sorry it wasn't more creative, but you know, Corona keeping everybody home. All right, be blessed. Have a great day.